Now, from Nebraska's trusted news source, this is Channel 8 News at 10.
Now at 10, digital disruption.
It's just shocking that something of this level could happen.
A nationwide education app outage, now linked to a hacking group, how UNL students and professors are scrambling to finish the semester. Then, pill pushback. Nebraska leading a multi-state push, asking the U.S. Supreme Court to keep certain restrictions on an abortion pill. Why state officials say mailing the drug goes against Nebraska law. Plus, a slow fall. Experts say even a peace deal may not bring immediate relief at the gas pump, while Lincoln drivers could be paying higher prices for months. And unexpected escalations.
And our firepower was a hell of a lot stronger than theirs, and they knocked the hell out of them.
Tensions rising again between the U.S. and Iran after American forces launched strikes in the Strait of Hormuz, while the president believes peace is still possible. And breaking now, a nationwide security breach impacting thousands of universities and colleges all across the country, including right here in Nebraska. Newspapers from colleges across the U.S. are now painting a clearer picture of the Canvas outage from Harvard to Stanford to Dartmouth and Penn State, just to name a few. Student newspapers are reporting the same cyber attack. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Rod Fowler. You can add the University of Nebraska to that list we just showed you right there. A group called Shiny Hunters breaking through Canvas, which is an online system that students rely on for really all of their classes. Our Jake Holman is talking with students tonight. He joins us now. Jake, what are they saying?
Rod, hundreds of UNL students trying to log into their accounts and all seeing kind of similar notifications on their phone, alerting that the app has crashed and really there's nothing they can do about it. And it comes at a rough time while students are wrapping up their finals weeks.
I was pretty shocked. I was like, well, I still don't really understand how it happened. I'm not going to lie.
A nationwide hack reaching Nebraska Thursday. More than 9,000 universities or colleges across the country who all use Canvas unable to get into their accounts after a hacker group known by the name of Shiny Hunters shut down the whole systems. Students rely on Canvas for all their schoolwork, including grades, classes, and to study. And this also happened at a critical time of the school year.
It was really bad timing, especially being finals week. I got all my finals done yesterday, but a lot of my friends had finals today and they couldn't take them.
Forcing professors to come up with alternatives for their students who hadn't completed their finals yet.
He said either we could have an average of our midterms or we could have an in-person exam tomorrow in his office hours. So I guess that's the way right now because we can't do anything about it.
But it also left dozens of students in shock, never imagining something like this could have happened here.
It's just shocking that something of this level could happen.
I was kind of surprised because I feel like Nebraska kind of gets forgotten for like a lot of things. And I was like, oh wow, like this does like affect my school for like once.
Friends like sent me a screenshot of like the canvases has like, oh, he must be joking. Then I opened it and I was like, oh no.
When all students tried to open their apps, they were met with different messages like something went wrong or oops, try again, or that Canvas was going under maintenance.
Like a bunch of my friends were trying to study on Canvas and like the message like showed up, like a message like from the hackers like on the screen and everyone was like, what's going on?
UNL repeatedly pushing out updates all afternoon about what was going on. Their latest notification reads as follows. Canvas users around the world, including users at all 4 NU campuses, experience interruptions to access. Canvas remains unavailable across the University of Nebraska. The university is in contact with Instructure, the parent company of Canvas, and will update the NU community as more information is available.
Now, Nebraska not the only university in the state impacted. Here's a list of all the colleges impacted by this breach. All of Nebraska's system, Creighton, Shadron, Southeast Community College, just to name a few. But the question is, why did the hackers do what they did? Well, it's being reported by different student news outlets. The group demanded ransoms to prevent further data leaks. For now, reporting here in the studio, Jake Coleman, Channel 8.
Thank you very much, Jake. Breaking now, Nebraska's Attorney General is leading a multi-state push regarding abortion pill access. Attorney General Mike Hilgers joined 22 other states asking the U.S. Supreme Court to keep certain restrictions on the drug in place. The states are supporting a Louisiana lawsuit that says if you have to get mifepristone in person and not through telehealth or in the mail. Now, President Biden had removed the in-person requirement, but Nebraska officials say that allows out-of-state doctors to prescribe and mail you the drug, conflicting with current Nebraska law. No word on how long a decision from the high court could take. Only one more day in the work week. Let's get you ready for Friday. What do you say? Let's get to your first forecast. We're taking a live look across southeast Nebraska through our network of cameras. All in all, a very beautiful Thursday, not too hot, plenty of sunshine. So how long is this going to stick around? For the answer, we go to Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins.
It was such a nice day today, I thought it was Friday.
Felt like it, didn't it?
It really kind of did. And tomorrow is actually Friday, and it should be just as nice, if not maybe a little bit nicer. We've got a nice quiet evening out there in Beatrice with mostly clear skies. 6 in Perkins, Shones Roofing Cam, not much going on out there, just a quiet evening ongoing. I said mostly clear. I meant mostly cloudy. A couple of sprinkles in north central and western Nebraska, maybe a spot shower towards North Platte, Valentine, Scottsbluff, and McCook. Everybody else just cloudy and relatively mild, middle and upper 50s and lower 60s. Not a whole lot of wind. It's out of the northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. The temperatures eventually drop into the upper 40s briefly before getting back into the 60s, eventually the 70s by early tomorrow afternoon. We are looking at temperatures a little above average, and that's going to continue for quite a while. We'll look at the extended forecast in a few minutes.
Thank you, Rusty. New at 10, a high-speed chase through Lincoln and Lancaster County ends with an arrest. State troopers say a driver hit speeds of more than 160 miles per hour on I-80 before leading them on several pursuits. The State Patrol says the chase started last night after a trooper tried to stop a speeding BMW in North Lincoln right near the downtown exit on I-80. Troopers say the driver exited into Lincoln and then onto Cornhusker Highway and was eventually stopped near Highway 77 and Agnew Road. Investigators say the driver tried running away, but he was arrested hours later after returning home in Ceresco. Tensions rising again between the U.S. and Iran after new military strikes in the Strait of Hormuz. U.S. Central Command says American forces carried out what it calls self-defense strikes after Iranian forces targeted U.S. warships with missiles and drones. As President Trump says, a ceasefire is still in effect. Now, CENTCOM says 3 U.S. Navy destroyers were in the Strait of Hormuz when Iranian forces launched missiles, drones, and small boats toward them. The U.S. responded with strikes targeting Iranian missile and drone sites. Iran claims its attacks damaged American warships, a claim the U.S. disputes. The president speaking tonight following today's actions.
They were firing at us and we were firing back at them. And our firepower was a hell of a lot stronger than theirs, and they knocked the hell out of them. They said, "What's your plan?" I said, "The plan is very simple. Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. It cannot have a nuclear bomb, and it's not going to have." And they're really at the end of the line.
Meanwhile, there could still be a path towards peace talks. Iran says it's reviewing a U.S. proposal passed through Pakistan aimed at restarting negotiations. An Iranian foreign ministry spokesperson says the country has not yet reached a decision. And speaking of high oil costs, gas prices across the country are hitting record numbers. The numbers for Nebraska alone are averaging about $4.04 a gallon, higher than anything we've seen since 2022. Even if the tension in the Middle East ended tomorrow, a UNL professor tells us there would be a big gap before Nebraskans would see any relief at the pump.
You wouldn't see under $4 probably before Labor Day, at least. And you know, we're also getting into the wrong time of year when, you know, people want to be driving. Prices at the pump move much slower going down than they do going up.
And you can see here the price per gallon soaring each week in Lincoln. The latest at this Amoco off of Yankee Hill was as high as $4.19 a gallon this afternoon. The CDC is releasing new details on the severity of the hantavirus today. People are wondering what to expect now that this cruise ship has passengers infected with it. The CDC tonight is saying you shouldn't panic over this. They say the risk of hantavirus to the American public is very low. Right now, there are 12 confirmed cases stemming from that cruise ship. While this situation seems similar to another global outbreak, that's right, COVID, a WHO epidemiologist is saying completely otherwise.
But I want to be unequivocal here. This is not SARS-CoV-2. This is not the start of a COVID pandemic.
Experts say this strain of the hantavirus is the rare Andes strain, which means it can spread from person to person. At this point, 3 people have died aboard that cruise ship from the virus. When we come back, summer success, what opportunities local teens have to make money over the summer and beyond. And tomorrow morning, last call for freebies. Husker baseball wrapping up its final home weekend of the season. Find out how you can score sunglasses. Hey, those look cool. Also a retro hat, and even baseball cards. That's tomorrow morning, beginning at 5, 6, and 11 a.m.
Was that you in that picture? We've got a really nice day coming our way, especially a lot of nice days coming our way. The forecast when we come back.
Only on 8 tonight, summer jobs here in Lincoln creating professional career paths for some teenagers. The YMCA is inviting applicants to apply, telling us it's leading some of their staff to executive positions.
Emily Wilcox is the executive director of the Fallbrook YMCA. Rewind a few decades, and she was a camp counselor at just 17 years old. With dreams of becoming a teacher, she knew the position was a good fit for her. And it was that summer job that ultimately helped cultivate the career she has today.
I haven't left because I just truly love what I do every single day. I love the people that I work with. I love that I get to partner with the school. I get to partner with different organizations in our community. So it's just been really such a fulfilling decision, and I haven't needed to change.
Wilcox started to work with after-school programs, working her way up the ladder to oversee the Y's Child Watch program, one program leading to another until her current role of executive director.
Threw my name in the hat, and they were like, you go, girl, it's yours. So
Wilcox says coming full circle is a pattern.
And something cool that has come from that is One of our executive directors at the Northeast YMCA, his name is Luke. I hired him when he was in high school. All of our directors that work here at the Fallbrook branch, with the exception of one, have all started out as part-time employees.
Current job openings include helping with Child Watch, working as a floater through various programs like swim, something the Y helps teens get certified to do, like Alexa McGuire, who's already using her passion for the pool to build a career path.
Here at the Fallbrook YMCA, I am a lifeguard, I'm a swim instructor, and I'm starting a head guard position this summer, so I'm really looking forward to that. And given I've been here 4 years, I've grown from a little 16-year-old up to a 20-year-old, so they've helped me gain my confidence a lot, and again, creating this welcoming environment that I love being at.
As for what's next,
I love teaching and educating other people.
Danielle Da Silva for Channel 8 News.
Now, your Storm Alert Team forecast with Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins.
It's difficult to have a very normal day. You can be really close to the normal high, but the normal low is all over the place, or vice versa. Today, we were really close each way. 75 for a high, 45 for a low. That's close to both normals. Not close to the record, so 98 back in 2014. Jeez. Mother's Day weekend. Overall, pretty nice weekend. Saturday, just a few showers, a possibility the second half of the day for eastern Nebraska. I think we'll see 80 for a high. I don't think that, unfortunately, I don't think the rain will amount to much. But if you do have outdoor plans, that may be some good news for you. Mostly sunny and really nice on Sunday. That could be a top 10 day. And it's Mother's Day, so top 5 day. Maybe the best day of the year. 48th and Cornhusker Highway, ABC Seamless. Well done, UPS. That's some free advertising going on right there. They timed that out just right. We've got a very quiet evening out there going on. Now, unfortunately, I've got some bad news too. Drought monitor last week, we were already starting to see the exceptional drought show up. Well, guess what? It expanded, added a spot, and then this right here pulled to the east just a little bit. So it's getting worse, and no surprise. We just need rain. And it's really hard to get out of a drought. Really easy to get into one, just no rain. But getting out of one, we could have rain and then a little bit of rain later, a little bit of rain later. It doesn't even make a dent because the drought is so bad. So we need to get some rain soon. Temperatures are in the 60s right now in some spots like Lincoln, Beatrice, Hastings at 60 degrees. Everybody else in the 50s. It's 63 and 65 in Nebraska City and Fall City. Very light wind, less than 10 miles per hour for everybody. Yeah, everybody. Look at that. Doesn't happen very often. A couple of sprinkles here and there, one just near Columbus, a very thin line of rain between O'Neill and Cherry County, some light rain showers towards Scottsbluff. I do like that I'm talking about many spots that have rainfall, but there's not much to it, and it just doesn't look like it's going to continue. You can see, Stormcast says, yeah, there's going to be some out there. I just don't think it's going to amount to much. Early tomorrow morning between 6 and 8 a.m., maybe a sprinkle or two in parts of central and eastern Nebraska. It won't amount to much. Could linger until 9 or 10 o'clock, and then that's it. We'll see a mixture of clouds and sun, a very weak frontal boundary here. This is 6 p.m. Might give us a spot shower, but by the time the sun goes down, everything just goes poof, and that's it. And we'll just see mostly clear skies as we head through Friday night. Next chance for precipitation, I was mentioning Saturday has that rain chance. There it is. Again, it's not a big deal. Doesn't look like it's going to be a drought buster, but we'll take the moisture if we can get it, even on a Saturday. Mostly cloudy, that spot shower chance late tonight, 47 degrees, northwest wind at 5 to 10, middle 40s, 77, early showers, and then becoming sunny the second half of the day. Should be a really nice day, a little on the breezy side, but some of us might get to 80. If we can see enough sunshine, it might happen. I think we'll have a better chance on Saturday. Mother's Day, again, really nice day for Mother's Day. A late chance for some precipitation on Monday, and then a whole lot of 80s headed our way. That bike drive, just a small chance for rain, temperatures in the middle 80s. Okay, got to read this one, Rod. The weather trivia. Out of these weather-related songs, which one came out first? Rock You Like a Hurricane, Scorpions, Thunderstruck, AC/DC, November Rain, Guns N' Roses, or Blame It on the Rain by Milli Vanilli. Which one was released first?
Here I Am, rock you like a hurricane.
Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
That's the correct answer, too. 1984. The rest of them were pretty close to the 1990 time frame.
One of my favorite rock groups.
Well done.
Yeah. Thank you, Rusty. You mentioned it. Don't forget, our bike drive is just around the corner. Here at Channel 8, we are, you could say, shifting into high gear to give back. We're partnering with the Lincoln Bike Kitchen for the 3rd annual bike drive. It's next Thursday, May 14th, a week from today, right here at the Channel 8 station. We're located south of 10th and Van Dorn. Our team is going to be out in the parking lot from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. next Thursday. You can donate new or gently used bikes of all sizes. They just ask that you don't donate any with rust on it. Coming up next, we head into the Sports Zone where Nate Johnson is going to be here after the break following a busy night of all things from high school soccer to professional volleyball to Husker sports. My goodness, what doesn't he have? We'll see you right after the break.
Now, from the Channel 8 Sports Zone, sponsored by Green's Furnace and Plumbing, here's Channel 8 News Sports with Sports Director Nate Johnson. The Channel 8 News Sports Zone.
But welcome into the Sports Zone this evening. Thanks so much for being here. We have got a lot to jump into tonight, so let's get going with some high school soccer. Lincoln Southwest was taking on Kearney this evening. The Silverhawks won both during the regular season. Tonight, they were looking good off the rip. Aiden Gusick converts on the corner here, gets the goalie off guard a little bit, and that one goes in. Southwest up in a hurry, and more where that came from. Senior Noah Schroeder, not more than a mere minute later, rocket to the top left corner, 2-0 Silverhawks. And how about that Selly? Smooth. Southwest, just too much in this one. Schroeder on the PK, gets it to go. Light work, Lincoln Southwest heading to Omaha. Schroeder finished with 3 goals on the night, 7-2 the final. To the nightcap we go, where unranked Lincoln East was looking to pull off the upset over number 4 Lincoln Southeast. And in the first half, it was all about the goalies doing some work to keep their teams in it. Both offenses struggling to get quality shots on goal, though. So to the second half we go, 0-0. Cohen Torrell with the PK. Great shot, just a little above the goalie, who guessed right there, but 1-0 nonetheless. In Southeast, they would answer, but Graham Lambert would respond with another PK goal, and the Spartans roll the night 3-1. So here's a look at some of your scores from this evening. Lincoln East picks up the win. Southwest picks up the win. Lincoln Pius X picks up a 2-1 victory. And then Waverly falls tonight to Gretna. Big congrats to all of the winners this evening. Now, Nebraska softball is in action today in their first Big Ten tournament matchup. The Huskers were taking on Michigan, who were picked up right where they left things off yesterday. Today, being the first to score in the top of the first inning. Nebraska, though, would come back with their own offense. The Huskers putting up 3 runs in the first inning, and this Ava Cusack bunt scoring Hannah Coor for score number 2. And this game stayed tight early on, though, moving to the bottom of the 4th inning, a 3-2 ball game, until Emerson Cope sent one to the moon. That ball absolutely crushed Nebraska, up 4-2, and that is where the score would stay, in part potentially thanks to this effort from Coor in center, making the impossible possible. What a grab there. Nebraska wins in the quarterfinals. The final day, again, 4-2 Huskers. They advance past Michigan and will now play in the semifinals tomorrow at 4 p.m. on the Big Ten Network. Their opponent will be the 4-seed Indiana Hoosiers. Indiana beating Washington today to advance to the semifinals as well. Now, Nebraska baseball has a big series coming up for a lot of reasons. For one, well, it's versus Iowa, so enough said, right? But after last weekend, Nebraska needs to bounce back if they want to keep that dream of hosting a regional alive. And it's also the final home regular season series. Saturday is senior day. Senior Dylan Carey reflected a little on his past 4 years as a Husker today.
It's honestly a blessing to be here. I consider it the best stadium in the Big Ten, and to play here, throughout the past 4 years has been such a blessing. It'd be awesome to continue to play here into a regional, but these are the only 3 games guaranteed here for my career personally, and for the rest of the season. So just taking advantage and making the most of it.
Well, it's going to be a big weekend here in Lincoln. First pitch of Game 1 tomorrow is at 6 p.m. from Haymarket Park. And we got our first official announcement for the Huskers' 2026-2027 men's basketball schedule. Big Red will make the trip back out to Sioux Falls, where they will face Boise State. The matchup between the Huskers and Broncos at Sanford Pentagon will take place on Sunday, November 15th. Ticket information, tip-off time, and television info will be announced at a later date. Now, sticking with college basketball, it's now official. Next season's March Madness will feature 76 teams, going away from the current 68-team format. And here is a look at the new bracket. It'll be interesting to see how this looks next season, but like it or not, the change is here. Well, finally, the Omaha Supernovas were in action today in the MLV Championships first round, and this match went the distance. A 5-set thriller from out in Texas, and would you believe it? On the first match point, guess who makes the big swing? It'll be former Husker Merritt Beeson, her 12th kill of the night, and the Supernovas will fight for their second title in 3 years. The final tonight, 3-2 Supernovas. They return the favorite from last season when Indy took them down as the 1 seed, and the Omaha Supernovas will play in that MLV Championship game once again. That is going to do it for sports tonight, though. Rod, will send things back over to you.
All right, thank you so much, Nate. And we will have a final check of the weather with Rusty right after this break. Rusty, I know for half the day you thought it was Friday today, but it's not. Tomorrow's Friday, so what's in store for our viewers out there?
I thought you were kidding. Tomorrow's Friday?
Tomorrow is Friday. Yeah.
Man, fine. I'll come back tomorrow then. It is going to be a nice day, though. So if I call in sick, you know why. But we have a few sprinkles out there right now. That may make it into eastern Nebraska overnight. Temperatures right now are in the 50s and 60s. Early tomorrow morning in the 40s.
All right, thank you, Rusty. Thank you so much for joining us. Join us tomorrow, which is Friday. Have a good night. We'll see you then.
You sure?
At Comfort Made Mattress Factory, we build each mattress specifically for you right here in our locally owned store. We can even make his side different than hers, backed by our lifetime comfort guarantee.
Let your voice be heard by sharing your photos and videos to the Now Local News app. Earn points and redeem them for gift cards. Scan the QR code to join.
If you